A professional chef in London is paying good money for a single pineapple, and on the other hand, somewhere in Nigeria, Ogun State to be precise, the yield is struggling to keep up with the demand of the fruit. Nigeria right now is sitting on a gold mine that is yet to be fully cracked open. The story of pineapples began 10,000 years ago in the ancient rainforest of South America. Historians and botanists trace the origin to between southern Brazil and Paraguay, where indigenous communities has been cultivating it for thousands of years. They called it nanas, meaning excellent fruit. They were certainly not wrong.
To see this flourishing pineapple in front of me.
Yeah, flourishing and sweet and organic.
When Christopher Columbus and his crew landed on the Caribbean island of Guadeloupe in 1493, they encountered something they've never seen before, and it tasted heavenly on the inside. Columbus brought it back to Europe, and that's where the madness began. Europe went absolutely bonkers for the pineapple, but here was the problem. You could not grow pineapple in Europe, and importing it from the tropics took months by ship. Most pineapples rotted before they even arrived, and the ones that survived the journey, they were worth more than gold. There were actual businesses in the 18th century that rented out pineapples to aristocrats so that they could place them at the center of their dining tables as a status symbol. Centuries later, as sea trade routes connected Europe to Africa via sailors and colonial powers, the pineapple made its way to West Africa, finding its way to Nigeria's tropical soil and climate. And today, Nigeria produces hundreds of thousands of tons.
No, this is pineapple.
Okay.
And when you are talking about pineapple, something that when you plant one stick like
Just
so it's
one-
multiply.
Multiplies
It's
as well.
multiply as well.
Wow.
So when you have 1 acre of pineapple farm, it can become 10
Wow.
within some years.
But here is the twist, and here is where it gets really interesting. The world still cannot get enough, and Nigeria still cannot keep up with the demand. Why? Why is a country with this much land, rain, sunshine still falling short of local and international demand? This is exactly what Chapter 2 is going to reveal.
Now, when I talked about the demand for pineapple is high, we have a particular company that offtake from us 20 metric tons per day.
20.
Metric tons per day, and we cannot even meet the demand. Now, currently, as we are expanding, because pineapple is a business that you can scale. There's a particular company, in fact, the major fruit company in Nigeria. I'm not going to mention that the major fruit company in Nigeria. They are requesting for 2.2 million concentrate, pineapple concentrate per annum.
2.2 million.
It's running to trillions of naira. If you convert that, and see, in our country we don't have pineapple that can even meet that demand. We have a particular company that dry pineapple. Their demand per month is in several metric tons, and all of these buyers, they are value looking for pineapple to buy.
Nigeria is the largest producer of pineapples in Africa. The country produces over 1 million metric tons annually. Markets in Europe are begging for more. The sugarloaf variety, sweet, nearly seedless, low in acid, It's the variety international buyers love the most. The problem begins the moment a pineapple leaves the farm. So when harvest season peaks and everything ripens at the same time, there is a flood of fruit with nowhere to go fast enough. Once ripe, you have a narrow window before quality begins to degrade significantly. Without cold chain infrastructure connecting farms to markets to ports, enormous quantity of produce is lost every year. So the demand is real. The fruit is exceptional. The Nigerian sugarloaf pineapple has something most pineapples in the world simply do not have. And that is what chapter 3 is about.
If I harness all the value chain in this pineapple, I can as well sell this old pineapple for 20,000. So why should I export a raw material to another country when I can add value to it? Because every raw material you export out of Nigeria and you bring a finished product, every 1 kg you are bringing poverty.
Not all pineapples are created equal. The pineapple sitting in a British supermarket grown in Costa Rica, taste it next to a Nigerian sugar loaf, and you will immediately understand why buyers are willing to pay a premium price for Nigerian pineapple. The Nigerian sugar loaf pineapples are incredibly very difficult to ship in numbers. Its short shelf life makes long-distance trade challenging. It has not yet achieved global mainstream distribution. The same fruit a Lagos market woman sells for a few hundred naira is being plated on Michelin-starred restaurants. The gap, that gap is the opportunity, undervalued domestically, which brings us to the most exciting part of this story. Because people, smart, strategic Nigerians, and foreign investors have already figured this out and are quietly building wealth off this fruit. Chapter 4 is about how they are doing it.
We established this farm around 2016, thereabouts. That was when I was in university. I was undergraduate at the time I established the farm. Okay. And then we actually started, not that we started very big. So we just started with just 2 acres. Even the first 2 acres that we bought, that time is somebody that borrowed me that money that I used to buy the land that time. And as time goes on, we try to expand. So that's how we come to this size. The area that we have planted, we have covered with the pineapple is 100 acres.
Meet the new face of Nigerian agriculture. He is making serious money from pineapples.
I always tell people that when you want to invest in any particular business, the first thing you have to consider is the value chain. Because if it doesn't have so much value, then there's a problem ahead of the year. Let me put it that way. In pineapple, is scalable. Now, when we started, where we had a lot of people have visited our farm, and one of the questions people ask that when you started, how did you start it? We started with 20 plots. 20 acres. But today now the stand of pineapple we have in our farm is over 6 million stand. And within the next 6 months, it's going to be doubled because we are scaling. Now, because of that value chain in pineapple, that is not just fruit concentrate, all the hotels in Nigeria, they eat pineapple. The pineapple usage is so wide. So if you are in this kind of business, because the demand is high, then the supply will always continue. So if you are investing your money or you are buying a plot of pineapple farm in Davidola, 2 years ago, a plot of pineapple farmland was about 1.5 million, but today it's 3 million. So this is to see that, okay, there's a growth because there's expansion. We are talking about last week, some American came to Nigeria to come and visit our farm, to be part of Davidola pineapple farm. So these are the opportunities because the demand is always there.
Pineapple business is very, very lucrative. because as we were coming, there's nobody planting it. It is very scarce. People are not venturing into it because to start, it involves a very large capital.
Very, very lucrative. No, this is pineapple.
Okay.
And when you are talking about pineapple, very, very lucrative business that you can do.
Okay.
And then it's something that when you do it, you won't waste your money.
And smart players are finding their angle. The Nigerian pineapple industry is generating real wealth right now. But here is the billion-dollar question. Can the country stop exporting raw fruits and start exporting finished products? Can Nigeria actually process its own pineapples at scale, capturing the margin that currently flows to European and Asian processors? That is what I discuss in Chapter 5, and the answer might surprise you. Nigeria has been here before. Foreign buyers getting rich from what Nigeria produce. The clock is ticking. Agripreneurs are building cold chains. Processors are setting up plants.
For over 8 years now, individual has been in pineapple farming and distribution of all kinds of fruits. Now we are taking it further by scaling up to go into pineapple fruit concentrate. All the companies in Nigeria who are into fruit juice, they import concentrate from abroad. Whereas we have one of the best land for pineapple in the world. So one of the things the Vidala is doing is to add more value and to enhance the value in the pineapple chain. So any moment from now, within the next 4 to 5 months, we'll be unveiling our pineapple fruit concentrate. And that's going to be the first fruit pineapple concentrate in Nigeria.
The question is no longer if the world wants Nigerian pineapples. The world already does. The question is whether Nigeria will process them, brand them, and profit from them fully before someone else figures out how to do it first. If this video opens your eyes to the real story happening to Nigerian agriculture with pineapples, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Please give me a like and subscribe to the channel.